Welcome back to the Talk Your Tail Off podcast. I'm your host, Vanessa, more commonly known as Girl with the Dogs. And for today's episode, we're going to be introducing the Spicy Nonna, their YouTube channel, and exactly who they are. But before we get started, I'd like to encourage you all to join this community by hitting that subscribe button. Now let's dive in to today's episode. I'd like to introduce you all to my family. So we have my grandparents here today, my Nonna Nina, my Nonna Pasquale, and my brother Julian. And they are the stars and producers of the Spicy Nonna YouTube channel. Thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Glad to be here.
Bring that mic closer to your face, Nonna.
Okay.
She hates the mic in her face.
Okay. Hold on.
There we go. So I can actually hear you.
Okay.
Okay, Julian, this is the first time that people are learning who you are. So why don't you explain who you are, who the Spicy Nonna is, and how it got started?
Okay, so my name's Julian. I'm Vanessa's brother and the grandson of Spicy Nonna and Nonna Pasquale. Okay, so basically the Spicy Nonna actually started from Vanessa giving me the suggestion. Growing up, we always wanted our grandparents to be recognized, especially my nonno for all of his artwork at the museum. Especially because the family museum we had, Rock Legends, growing up, he always made incredible artwork, but never got recognized for it, at least not globally, maybe within Niagara Falls. And our nonno was always humble about it and said that he didn't care about fame and he's not a good artist. It's just something he did for the family business. But we always wanted to see him be recognized for his artwork. And then my nonna, as you all know, is an incredible cook. And she says she's not a cook. So we wanted her to be recognized. So we kind of came up with this idea together to kind of get them some recognition that they deserve. Because basically our whole lives, they dedicated to our family. Like everything they do selflessly. And it's just incredible because everything they did for us growing up, and they never wanted anything in return. They just wanted to help their family. So this is kind of our way of giving back to them and helping them get recognized for basically everything incredible that they do. Because it's just, it's amazing. And people seem to very, very much love it. So that's kind of how it started.
And it's not just about getting them recognition too. It's also about us being able to have this footage to look back on that honestly most people don't have of their grandparents.
That's true. So a lot of the comments we tend to get is that we'll always have this footage now of them forever. So if we ever have kids one day or granddogs, we'll always have footage to show, these were your, I guess it'd be
great
grandparents. Yeah. So it's like forever memories we don't have with them, which is, we're so lucky to have. And a lot of people said they wish they, thought of that. Or, 30 years ago, cameras weren't as good. But if you're able to capture that, it's just incredible to be able to have that footage forever. We could look back at these videos now for the rest of our lives, right? So it's an amazing thing.
And recently, the Spicy Nonna YouTube channel has exploded.
Yes.
Seemingly overnight.
Yeah, it was slow the first year or so. And then a year and a half, I would say. And then, overnight it seemed to have really taken off. Which is incredible. So
explain all the different kinds of videos that people can find on the Spicy Nonna channel.
So we do have lots of different kind of videos. So we have videos of my nonno and his artwork and him talking about life lessons. A lot of our main videos are of my nonna's recipes, cooking. And we also have a lot of footage of our family. Our other sister, Steph, which was on your podcast. She's on it. And different family members are on it. And we're going to have more family members on it eventually. So it's a little bit of an in-depth look in our lives. And Girl with the Dogs, your life as well, because you're on it. So it's a little bit more of a personal, what do you call that? Personal?
It's a vlog type style.
Vlog style of videos, of our lives.
It's almost like a homemade videos that we would have as kids, but edited and far more in detail.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's the best way to put it. Yeah.
And before we get started on more about the Spicy Nonna, what do you do for a living? Because YouTube is not your full-time job.
No. So I do have a full-time career as well. Legally, I can't talk about my career. I just can't get into exactly what I do, but I do have a full-time career on the side. It involves shift work and 12-hour shifts. So I do that typically on and off. Like I work a couple days on, a few days off at a time. And those end up being about 14-hour days in total. So then at YouTube, I get to spend time with my grandparents on my days off, and that's when I work on that. But that doesn't really feel, like a job because I get to spend time with my grandparents, family. So for me, it brings me a lot of joy to be able to do this because it forces me in a way to spend time with family, which is really important to Italians, to a lot of people. But for us, it's very, very important. So it lets me kind of be able to do that on my days off. But very exhausting for sure. I'm very, very busy between the two, I would say.
Working a full-time job and also filming and editing is an insane amount of work. I know because I did it for 2 years.
Right.
So for anybody who is not a subscriber of the Spicy Nonna, check it out because a lot of time and effort has been put into that channel and it's really enjoyable. Now, Nonna, we already had you on the podcast.
Yes, you did.
We interviewed pretty much everything about your life. So we're going to skip over you for a minute. Anybody who wants to know details of my Nonna Pasquale, that video is on this channel. But Nonna, let's talk a little bit about you. So where were you born? When did you come to Canada?
I was born in Santa Croce di Magliano, provincia di Campobassa, Molisana. I should speak Italian or English. Anyway, I was 12 years old when I came here.
When you came to Canada?
Yeah.
And you guys are both from Abruzzo?
No.
No.
Lui è abruzzese
Molise.
e io sono molisano.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But it's considered
It's
one
close.
region.
Abruzzo is the region?
Yeah.
No.
Abruzzo and Molise is the region.
And when did you meet Nonno?
Oh, my God. I met him when I was 14, 15 years old. He was at our friend's house. So he was playing music. He was playing the accordion. Our friend was playing the guitar. So we met, but there was nothing. See, I was young. It was nothing serious. But anyway. And after that, he used to come to St. Patrick's Church every Sunday because he was working in Toronto. So when he used to come, he used to just wait for me outside of the church for me to get out. And he used to welcome me back home. That's it. Then every time I used to see him, he used to say, "How old are you now?" I said, "I'm 15. You still 15 years old?" But anyway, this went on for a little while. And after we met, I used to see him in a wedding. I used to be a bridesmaid for, I don't know how many bridesmaids I did. So I used to play music over there. That's what I used to see him. That's it.
That's how you guys met.
Yeah.
You guys got married. People keep asking. They want to see pictures of you when you got married, pictures of you when you were young. And all of those pictures can be found. Well, a lot of those pictures can be found
We already put him in
on the Spicy Nonna.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can go to the Spicy Nonna if you want to see those. Check out those videos. They're shown in a couple different videos, I think.
yeah.
Now, the YouTube channel, what is it like for you guys? Because Nonna, growing up, you never let us film you. We were never, she would get mad every single time the camera came out. She would yell at you to put the camera away, right? But I feel like you've become a little bit more comfortable on camera
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, because of you.
Because of me.
Because I don't see nobody around except you, Julian.
Yeah, but even before when we used to film you for home movies, you
Yeah.
still didn't want to be filmed.
Yeah, because your grandfather was on my face all the time with the camera.
Yeah.
And I used to get mad at him. Move away. Take a...
She never wanted to be on film.
I never.
No, but now you're on film.
Yeah, I feel a little bit better.
So how do you guys feel about the YouTube channel? Do you like doing it?
I don't feel like I'm nothing. Like I don't feel it special or nothing. Whatever I do with how do you say that word? I do for you guys, you know, and not because I'm a good cook and this or that. I just want to be with you guys when you come and we cook together, and my happiness is when you come. That's all.
No, explain what she was trying to say.
I was trying to say, I don't know what to say.
I know what she was trying to say, but you can explain it.
Well, you know, she's a little bit shy about getting credit for cooking incredible dinners.
No.
She hates when I'm almost the same as me.
You like that. But
She
you-
doesn't like to be called a cook. I don't like to be called an artist because our first love, my first love is not art, it's the family. Her first love is not cooking, it's the family. So whatever we do, we like to do for the family, but we don't think that we are
We don't brag about it.
an artist or a musician. I'm not. I do a little bit, like I said before. I do a little bit this, a little bit that, but my first love is not art, it's family. We're proud of what you're doing, and we support you as much as we can.
But what you're trying to say is you don't think you're good enough to be on camera.
Well,
That's what you're trying to say.
Well, that could be it, yeah.
But everybody in the comments seems to think that you are. And you have what, 230,000 subscribers now?
No,
What number is it?
Yeah, 230,000 subscribers.
No,
250.
you're at 250 now?
250,000 subscribers, yeah.
59,
And our top video is, I think, 26 million views. One of our top
Well,
videos.
if you're counting all the platforms,
No, more than
it's
that.
over 30 million
Over
on
30
that top
million.
video. But it's funny that they sit here and say they're not good enough to
Right.
be filmed. They're not good enough to be on camera. Meanwhile, you have 250,000 people that are watching your videos, and one of your best videos has over 30 million views. And all the comments are positive, and people love to see them. So clearly, they think that you're worthy of being on social media.
It's because they're so humble. So to them, Nonna, she just thinks she's an average cook, and Nono thinks he's an average artist. They basically think they're just average, boring people. Why would people want to see into our lives? But they don't realize that they're incredible, because a lot of people can't cook as good as Nonna. A lot of people, including myself, can't do half the things Nono can fix or artwork, or it's just amazing. But to them, they're just average, right? And that's, I think, what a big hill for them to get over is that. Is they just think, oh, why would people want to watch me? But I think that's how all fame starts, right? Why would people want to watch anything, right?
So your most recent top videos, what are they and what are they about?
About Nono and his artwork, or both of them and they're talking, they're arguing with each other. That's where Nonna gets the Spicy Nonna name from. But it's all love. It's not, Nona's never serious. I very rarely see Nonna actually mad. It's more just her personality, the way she talks. That's why we call her the Spicy Nonna. That's kind of where the name came from. But that's probably the number one video, is them arguing back and forth, or Nono's artwork, or we call Nono MacGyver, his MacGyver videos of him fixing things, because he's doesn't believe in throwing things out. He believes in reusing things and repurposing. And that's what he does with almost everything. If he can reuse it, he'll do it. Doesn't matter what it is.
So, for example, instead of buying a new tire, making a tire out of concrete.
Right.
And
So-
instead of buying a pair of comfy slippers, just cutting up a carpet and putting
And
the
making them
carpet.
comfy, right? or his, one of the top videos, his knife, lost his knife sheath, so he just made one out of cardboard and tape. He goes, why would I buy a knife sheath? Or you can't find one, right, for that particular knife, so he made one.
Now, your top videos are videos of you guys bickering.
Yeah, God.
And you have some thoughts about those videos. So why don't you tell the audience what those videos really are and how you guys really feel in those videos. So for example, the video of Nono's greasy pants. You were yelling at him for his greasy pants. Talk about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
People are commenting saying it's so funny when you argue.
Yeah.
But those aren't real arguments.
No.
Those are joking arguments, right? So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, but he's teasing me most. Like he pushes the button all the time. When I say something, and then he argues with me for, what are you arguing with me for? Yeah, but he's doing it on purpose.
Yeah, but
He knows he makes me mad.
it's not real mad.
No.
Talk.
No. For example, she has problem a little bit hearing, okay?
Here we go.
And my voice, I have to yell in order for her to hear me. So she tells me something, but I use my regular voice. I answer with my regular voice, but she keeps repeating because she can hear me. She can hear my answer. And then I have to yell for her to hear me, but then she gives me heck. Why are you screaming at me? Well, all these arguments, it doesn't mean that we argue like we hate each other. No, we love each other. It's our way of communicating. And some people say that they like her because their marriage is kind of boring. They never argue. We argue all the time. But at night, it's always peaceful. We go sleep without arguing.
So the arguing spices up the marriage. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, for a lot of
Or
people,
maybe that's why it lasted this long.
maybe.
But really, what's happening is Nonna is hard of hearing. Nono had throat cancer, so he can't speak clearly. He can't talk loudly. So she can't hear what he's saying, so he has to scream, which makes it very comical. It really does. It maybe not for you guys all the time, but...
That's when she says, why you scream at me? Well, you know why, because you can hear me.
Yeah, but you do it on purpose sometimes.
Well, no, not
Yes,
really.
you are.
No, you think I do, but I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't you guys like to push each other's buttons sometimes?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody does.
No, I don't. No,
Yes, he's the one. He's the master.
no, I don't.
Yes, you do.
You think I do, but I don't.
I was just going to say it worked because you guys have been married for 64 years.
Yeah, pretty,
So it's worked.
hey,
Whatever
pretty
you're
soon-
doing.
Hey, pretty soon in 6 months, 65.
65.
So sometimes people will, okay, all of the comments that you get on your videos are good. Most of the people that watch your videos that see the bickering, they know that it's not real arguing. They know that you're joking with each other.
Yeah.
Most of the time you guys are laughing in the videos, right? But then you have the occasional person that thinks that they know everything and comment on the video saying, oh, you guys hate each other. You guys have a bad marriage. So why don't you explain that?
You know who has a bad marriage? People who, after a couple of years, they divorce. That's a bad marriage. To be married at 65 years, it's got to be pretty good. I don't call that a bad marriage.
Are you guys happy?
Of course we are.
What about you?
Yes, be happy. Yeah. But one thing, thank God that we're still here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
64 years married. You're 87
87.
and you're 82?
Not yet.
You're turning 82 next month.
Yeah.
In October. Yeah.
82. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
We're old.
Yeah.
You guys don't look like you're in your 80s.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No, you don't. Or act like it. You still mow the lawn. You still do your artwork. You still clean the house.
Yeah, I still
cook.
do. I still cook. I still go to work.
Yep.
But
But if you come after 6 o'clock, then
We're-
you see how old we are.
we like that already.
Everybody feels that way after 6 o'clock.
Not when I was young.
Yeah, but you guys are up at 4 a.m.
Yeah, every day.
That's why you're tired at 6 o'clock.
4:30, up at 4, wake up at 4, get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock sometime. And we do a lot of work in the morning. At night, we are done. But when I was young, I used to still get up at 5 o'clock. And I go to bed at 11, and sometimes working until 11.
There's the one video about you guys arguing. Actually, it's a couple videos about you guys arguing over the pasta and potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Pasta potatoes.
Now, the pasta and potato argument happened many, many years ago.
Yeah.
How old were you guys when that argument happened?
Oh God. I was 18. I was 17.
So you guys are
We got married. 18.
I was about 24.
No, we just got married.
After I got married.
So you're still talking about an argument that you guys had 64 years ago.
And she still hates cooking pasta potato.
Okay. I'm gonna cook it this time. I'm gonna show you.
You're making pasta and potato
Next
recipe
week.
next week for everybody on YouTube who wants
Yeah.
to see this famous recipe that you guys argued about. when
It's
you were
not
18.
famous. Anybody could do it. You just boil the water. You cut some potatoes. You cook it, and you put pasta. But you gotta have a good sauce. You gotta have like a spaghetti sauce. I put meatballs, and then you mix it up, and that's pasta potatoes.
You guys like making the YouTube videos. I know you do, and you like watching them. I see the look on your face every single time you guys watch the videos.
Oh, yeah, she loves to watch it.
Yeah, it started with Nona not liking it, but we've all noticed over the weeks, months,
You
and
pushed me.
and years now. Yeah, we said let's do this. You were skeptical at first, but now Nona really likes it because we catch her watching them all the time. And for my Nono, and us, like our family is our lives, right? We take family very seriously. So now this is a way of us to basically get to see in a third person our family. It's pretty cool. And it makes us happy. It makes me happy, at least. I love seeing all the family together and our memories. It's just hilarious.
Now, when Nona says we pushed her for the videos, just so everybody gets clarification, Nona cooks a big giant lunch Monday to Friday.
No matter what.
Every single day of the week.
Yes.
Sometimes even on the weekends.
Yes.
So we're not pushing her to cook. She's already cooking. We're just pushing her at the beginning to let us film her because
Yeah,
she
but
felt
not
like-
cooking.
Not cooking.
Because that's me.
Yeah.
I want to do it.
I just want to make sure people understood that.
Yeah, because sometimes people take things the wrong way. So yeah.
No, I
it's
wanna
very
do
true.
it.
Nona wants to cook. Nona
Yeah.
already does artwork, and Nona already does
All his stuff.
all of his MacGyver stuff. So all we're doing is adding a camera to the equation. That's
Yeah.
all that's all we push them to do
That's
by
the
asking
truth.
them if
Hey,
we can
that's
film.
the truth.
It's the truth because they all do that stuff every day, no matter what.
Yeah.
So
But the only thing we do that is different for Nona now, which I honestly think is probably a good thing, is make her slow down. Slow down so we can make sure we're getting everything on film. So she's not rushing around the kitchen like she usually does. She has to do
Right.
things a little bit slower, which is probably better.
so we can film it, right?
Yeah.
Because usually she'll runs around like a maniac, and so quick she'll get meals to put together, which is working harder. That's how she likes to work, but that's actually a lot harder.
I'm used to.
Yeah, you're used to because you're a fast worker.
Yeah, I'm used to.
Now, Nona, before obviously you were retired, you were. It's different because back in the day when you guys got married, normally you had a stay-at-home wife, you had the husband that was working, and the wife was cooking and cleaning and taking care of the kids. But Nona worked.
Well, when we got married, we talk about things. So I was working, he was working. Then we had kids. When they were small, I was watching them. When they got a bit bigger, I used to clean and cook all day, take care of the house and everything. My husband come back. We babysit at night. I went to work at night. But daytime, I used to take care of my family. I used to take care of my kids, everything. I used to cook and make supper for him to eat at night. Everything ready, then I used to go work.
Where did you work?
I worked, oh my God. I work a honeymooners there with a souvenir store. I work the factory. I work making wallets, sewing. I did all kinds of job. But I gotta say the truth. He didn't want me to go to work. I want to go to work. It made me feel better so I could do more. See, when I went out to spend the money, I didn't feel right. He had 2 jobs and I was taking his money to spend. But he didn't stop me. He didn't stop to give me anything. It was me. So we both had the 2 jobs and 3 jobs. So like we take care of the family and we went to work.
At the beginning, I was really against it because I grew up in a different world. The husband is the provider of the family. By her going to work, I was thinking would diminish my ability to provide. And then I didn't feel good about it. That's why I was against for her to go to work. But after the kids grew up a little bit, she insisted to go to work. And because I let her do whatever she wants, I never told her, no, you cannot go to work. If you go to work, I divorce you. Never said that. So I said, okay, you want to go work, go ahead. Even though I don't like it, but I let her do it. And we both work together. And
we take care of our kids.
we got along just fine.
Yeah. We take care of our kids. I watch them all day, he watch them all night. So like we both worked. We all had 2 jobs. It's
Teamwork.
Huh?
It's teamwork.
Yeah,
Teamwork.
teamwork. That's right. Yeah. And by the way, then we run the store with our kids. It was a teamwork too. We help each other, work night and days. He built a museum for his kids and everything. So we're still doing it.
And the business is closing this year
I know.
Yeah, closing.
after almost over 40 years.
No, 45 years.
45 years in business.
Yeah.
It's closing, and Mom and Zio Nick are finally retiring after all this time. So all of your wax figures, if you watch the Spicy Nonna channel, you can see some of the wax figures, but not all of them because there's quite a few. How many wax figures are there?
Oh, we have over 70, 75, I think.
About 75 wax figures. So if there's anybody watching that wants to buy them or a museum, we have to figure out a way to sell them.
I would like to sell the whole
Whole package.
package
But
for somebody else to open a museum.
Yeah.
we want a museum to take over and show his artwork. That's what we really want.
That would be nice if
Yeah.
you could find somebody that wants to open
Yeah.
a museum and have all your figures.
Yeah.
You got a lot of suggestions, though.
Because this is all original artwork.
Yep.
He worked on it. You know that some of them he's been working over 30 years.
Ideally, we want to find a museum that's going to that'll purchase all of your wax figures and put them for display. It doesn't matter what kind of wax museum it is. It's
That's right.
artwork. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to
Yeah,
be
that's right.
related to musicians because it's just one of a kind artwork.
That's right.
Yeah, but this is mostly rock and roll.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're musicians.
Yeah,
Everybody
they're
that you
musicians.
sculpted is a musician.
Yeah.
So great. It would be great if it could go into, a musician type or a musical type wax museum, but it doesn't have to be. No. So if you guys have any suggestions, leave them below or send this to different museums, tag them, whatever you got to do to try and get him noticed. If the Spicy Nonna channel does not get this notice, then we are out of luck.
Yeah.
This is our last resort.
Yeah.
Normally my episodes are about an hour long, but today's episode is going to be a little bit shorter. I appreciate you guys coming on the podcast. For anyone who is watching that has never heard of the Spicy Nonna, check out their YouTube channel. You will not regret it. They are also on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook.
Thank you very much for watching our channel. We love your support, and thank you very much again.
Thank you, Vanessa, to bring us here. And thank you, all the people watching us. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to say thank you to everybody as well and all your continued support. So my Nonna said to me a few weeks ago, actually, that she never thinks we're going to reach 1 million subscribers. As a matter of fact, when I started the channel, she thought it wasn't going to go anywhere. And every time we have a viral video, she can't believe it. She's in shock. And her reaction is the best thing ever. So our goal now, my goal, is to try to get us to 1 million subscribers. I think that would make her so happy. She'd be even more in shock.
Okay.
So let's see if we can get to 1 million. That's the next goal.
1 million by Christmas. Let's make this a Christmas
By
gift.
Christmas, it'd be amazing, but that'd be a good Christmas gift for Nonna. Yep.
Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to my family for being here today. And I will see you next week for another episode of Talk Your Tail Off.